Okay, let's get right into it. Today, we are unlocking all the secrets to getting a perfect salon-quality manicure right at home. And I'm talking about one that actually lasts for weeks, not just a couple of days. Let's do this. So, have you ever looked at your bank account after a couple trips to the nail salon and had that little moment of shock? Yeah, you are not alone. People are easily dropping 80, 100, even 120 bucks a month on gel manicures, and that's not even counting the hours you spend sitting in that chair. But what if there was a seriously better way? I mean, when you see it laid out like this, the difference is pretty wild, right? You've got your salon gel manicure, which can cost you over 80 bucks and take at least an hour of your time. And then you have a premium set of press-ons for about $20 that you can pop on in 15 minutes. The savings are huge, obviously, but the big question has always been, do they really last? Well, we're going to answer that. Here's what we're covering. First, the real promise behind press-ons. Then, we'll rank the best brands out there. After that, we'll get into the most important step, prep. We'll also explain the whole glue versus tabs debate. And finally, we'll hit all of your top questions. Okay, so let's start with the big idea here. The secret to making press-ons last isn't about finding some single magical brand that never ever fails. Nope. It's really about understanding the whole system. And this is the system right here. It's a simple formula. Your manicure success comes down to three things: the quality of the brand you choose, the adhesive you use, and, this is the big one, your prep technique. You get these three things right, and yeah, you're absolutely looking at a 2-week manicure. All right, let's talk brands. We've dug through all the real-world reviews and testing, beyond all the flashy marketing, to see which brands are actually delivering on that promise of a long-lasting manicure. So here's a quick look at the major players. For best overall longevity and the fact that you can reuse them, Static Nails is kind of the winner. If you're all about the trendiest, coolest designs, Glamnetic is going to be your go-to. For those who really care about nail health and getting that perfect custom fit, it's Olive & June. And for a solid, reliable option you can grab at the drugstore, Kiss Gel Fantasy is consistently at the top of the list. Now, this is interesting because it shows two completely different ways of thinking. Glamnetic is all about being a true salon replacement. You get bold designs, super strong glue, and they're built to last for up to 2 weeks. Olive & June, on the other hand, comes at it from a nail care perspective first. They focus on gentle removal and give you a whopping 42 nails in a kit just to make sure you get a perfect, damage-free fit. So you have to ask yourself, what are you looking for? Is it all about the design, or is it about nail health? And, of course, one size does not fit all. If you've had trouble with nails being too narrow in the past, check out Nail Reformation. They're known for making nails specifically for wider nail beds. And hey, if you just love playing with crazy nail art but don't want to spend a fortune, BT Art Box is an amazing value for fun, creative looks that you might only want to wear for a shorter time. Okay, this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the single most important part of this whole thing. Seriously, this is the one step that makes the difference between your nails lasting 5 days or 15 days. And it's the one step most people totally rush through. This quote right here really says it all. You could take a super premium, expensive set of press-ons and stick them on an oily, unprepared nail and they will fail, way faster than a cheap drugstore set applied to a perfectly prepped nail. Prep really does level the playing field. So, perfect prep boils down to just these 4 steps. Please, do not skip any of them. First, start with nails that are totally clean and completely dry. Second, you want to gently push back your cuticles. This lets the press-on sit nice and flush against your nail bed. Third, lightly buff the surface, just enough to get rid of the shine. And finally, right before you put the nail on, wipe it down with an alcohol pad to get rid of any last trace of oil. And remember this number, 60. Once those nails are on, you need to wait a bare minimum of 60 minutes before you let them get wet. I mean it. No washing dishes, no hopping in the shower. You have to give that glue a full hour to cure and form the strongest bond it possibly can. So let's talk about the sticky stuff, what's actually holding the nail on. You basically have 2 choices, nail glue or adhesive tabs. And understanding the difference in how they work is the key to getting the best results from either one. So here's the main difference. Nail glue works by creating a chemical bond. It uses something called cyanoacrylate, which is basically a cousin to superglue, and it hardens into the super rigid, crazy strong connection. Adhesive tabs, on the other hand, create a mechanical bond. It's more like a really, really strong gummy sticker. And this is why oil and water are the biggest enemies of tabs. They can physically get underneath and just break that sticky connection. But hey, that does not mean tabs are weak. You just have to know the secrets the little instruction booklet doesn't tell you. To make them last, you have to press down, and I mean press down firmly for a full 30 seconds. Not 5, 30. And here's the pro move. Take a thin layer of gel top coat and run it right along the seam where the press-on meets your cuticle. This literally seals out the water and makes them last so much longer. And you can see it right here. The results just speak for themselves. If you do a quick standard application, you're probably going to get 3 to 5 days out of your tabs. But if you use these pro techniques, the long press, sealing the edge, people are consistently getting 8, 10, even 12 days of wear. You can almost double the lifespan. It's a game changer. Okay, last but not least, let's run through some of the biggest questions and worries that people have when they're thinking about making the jump to press-ons. So, what can you realistically expect? Let's break it down. With adhesive tabs, if you do a good prep, you're looking at about 5 to 10 days. With glue and good prep, 7 to 14 days is pretty standard. But if you really become a master of that prep technique we talked about, you can easily push that to 14 days and even longer. This is it. This is the #1 question on everybody's mind, and it's a totally fair one. We all want amazing-looking nails, but not if it's going to destroy our natural nails underneath, right? Okay, here's the truth. The damage almost never happens from just wearing the nails. It happens when you get impatient and remove them the wrong way. If you try to peel or pry or rip off a nail that isn't ready to come off, you are literally tearing off the top layers of your natural nail with it. The key is just patience. You have to soak your fingers in warm, soapy water until that glue gets soft and they just lift off gently. So if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Getting press-ons to last is all about your technique, not just the product you buy. It's way less about hunting for the most expensive brand and so much more about understanding the system of prep, adhesive, and application. And now that you know that, you're the one in control. Which leaves us with one last question to think about. Now that you know all the secrets to a perfect, beautiful, long-lasting manicure for a tiny fraction of the salon cost and time, is the salon officially obsolete? The power is officially in your hands.